What's up everyone, this is Scher talking and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about amplifiable skills, how they work, and the best ones that you can invest right now. By clicking on Dojo we can understand how this works by clicking on Amplify Skills and Spells, and here it will show all the different styles that have at least one skill amplifiable. Well, let's take for example Ellen. This version of Ellen is the very first one released in the game. She has two different skills that can be amplified. Well, the first one is Tomahawk, and when you look on this, you can understand that to amplify a skill, you need 30 ranks of your skill. So you need to level this up to at least 31. That's what will happen. You will also need an amplification scroll. More into that later. And in this case, it will increase the power to C, and it will decrease the rank to 69. And does not change the BP cost. There are other skills that do change the BP cost, and like this one here on Ellen itself, Dynamic Shot. This attack here will reduce the BP cost to 9, but it will not increase the power. There are skills that just decrease the BP cost so that you can spend the skill more often, and a skill like this one could not be used on turn 1. Now it can. This changes how some styles operate because of that. Another example is Light Speed. Diana has this with her A style. When you look on this, it's not so powerful because it costs 6 BP and you can only spend every 2 turns. Well, when you upgrade this, it will reduce to 6 and you can fully awaken 2 times, reducing it to 4. This allows you to spend this plenty of times. This one will give you an agility buff and changes a lot of how your character becomes better. By buffing multiple times agility, this character will just start evading enemy attacks. Not just doing high damage, but also evading. Changing the BP cycle is one of the most important things with skill amplifies. Some other skills will even give you an additional effect, like Acupuncture, one of the best skills. Not on Mariah, because this character here is not useful right now, until she gets a double S style, but only to showcase that when you upgrade Acupuncture, it will become a triple S damage attack, and also will give you effect that reduces the enemy STR by a large effect. A large effect reaches 30% on max level. So you can still use this on turn 1 because it uses 13 BP. You have 3 levels of awakening, reducing that to 10. 10 is what you start your fight with, allowing you to debuff an enemy STR right from the start. That's why this skill becomes so good. It can be amplified with other useful styles that I'll be showcasing in the spreadsheet. Okay, now you will understand how Amplify works. You can decrease the BP cost, you can increase the power, and you can add a new effect to a skill. And this really affects how you play with some characters. Well, let's click here on back, and I have to explain how to really amplify. You need to get amplification badges first to trade for skulls. Amplification badges can be found in many different shops in different events. Then you have to go here on exchange, and then after clicking on exchange, you can click on amplification badge exchange. And here you have to spend 3 amplification badges in order to get a scroll. If it's a physical attack, you have to choose the weapon type of the skill. Like in this case, it's a sword, so it will amplify all sword skills. If it's a spell, you have to choose a scroll based on the primary element of that spell. Because the amplification badges are just so rare, you only get 1 by each new event at the moment, you have to think carefully. And that's the reason why we have a spreadsheet explaining the best options. So here we are on the spreadsheet. Let me explain this a little better. The first column is the skill name. You have plenty of different skills right now. We have actually 32 different skills. Then we have the recommended style column. We have 4 different slots for 4 different recommendations for that specific skill. And then we have the second column. This says only if you don't have this style, because sometimes you only amplify a skill because you don't have access to a better one. So here's a comparison. Christmas Urpina can upgrade doppelgangers, but only if you don't have UDX style. You have the pictures here to understand which style I'm referring to. And I even have a ranking to explain if that skill is a high priority or if not. Some skills are better than others when they get upgraded. Doppelgangers Plus increases the damage output, but also reduces the BP cost. That's why it's just so good. And it's her best skill for turn 1 damage if she does not have access to her UDX style. So this will work for all other styles in this list, and you can see here for Claudia, in this case, if she does not have access to her UDX style, you will have to upgrade Heartseeker Plus. It will be the second best attack. This explains some other styles as well, and some amplifications are pretty important, like Lightspeed Plus. I ranked it with 5 stars, but there's something here. Those first 3 characters are pretty powerful, but the last one here, Diana, is not so much. So when you see a ranking, always check the extra information. Here on the extra information, you see that it's strong damage, low cost, allows for multiple agility buffs in a row, super useful for Global X Mikhail and the 2 versions of Xenon, but Diana is not so strong but still respectable. This is for those people that failed to get the order of fermented styles. Another thing is that when you see a skill with red letters, it means that that skill is not recommended. You see the ranking being 0. If it's a full star, it means 1 point, and if it's a blank star, it means 0 points. So you can get between 0 to 5 rank. And it also shows the skill effect are amplified, the minimum BP cost, the max BP cost, the power that it achieves, and the modifier. The higher the modifier, the higher the damage. And we'll see some information about the damage tiers in the game. The power ranges between the letters, and I have here the information about every different tier, so that you can understand if you are just on the start of the modifier or on the end of the modifier. Especially on Triple S skills, you see a very broad range of different damage power. And with that said, I believe that's it. If you don't agree with some of the rankings, please say here in the comments. I'm posting these on Reddit as well. I hope it can benefit some people that are still deciding upon amplifying a skill or another. I'll try to update this as soon as we get more new amplifiable skills to keep this up to date. If you have any suggestions, please say here in the comments, and if you want to support the channel, there are links in the description of the video. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.